And we welcome you into our Bison 1660 studios. Fall camp right around the corner for Matt Entz and his North Dakota State football team. We're going position by position, breaking it all down for you. More of an all-encompassing view. We're talking offense today with you, Jeff Culhane, Keith Brake, Andy Rieckhoff. Keith, let's start with you. Initial thoughts. This NDSU offense coming off of the spring football season, picked second in the preseason Missouri Valley Football Conference poll. When you think of offense for the Bison, where do you start?
Well, I think you start with a flip of the narrative from the spring, which is this team doesn't have a whole lot of experience. You know, where all these young guys were looking for players to step up and fill some holes. Now you got a lot of guys that have a lot of experience. I think about particularly along the offensive line, you got 6 or 7 guys that got a lot of reps for you that now have that experience of being in the trenches in the Missouri Valley and being in the trenches against some of the teams that they're going to have to face and beat this year. Plus, you get some key skill players back healthy. You know, Kobe Johnson wasn't a factor for most of the spring. Phoenix Sproles didn't play in the spring. Those guys can be an X factor for you. You add in a couple of new transfers. I think the quarterback position will be very intriguing, but this team is a lot more seasoned than Bison teams the past, 10, 12 weeks ago.
There you go. Well, let's just go right into it, guys. The quarterback position, and of course, will be will be the first question asked of Matt Entz, Randy Hedberg, Tyler Roll.
And the second and the third and the
throughout
fourth.
all of fall camp. Who will the starting quarterback be? You've got Cam Miller returning, Andy, after the spring season as a true freshman. Of course, Virginia Tech transfer Quincy Patterson coming in. And a lot of people excited about Cole Payton out of Omaha West Side. Where do you begin when you talk about the quarterback spot going into fall camp?
I think it feels like deja vu a little bit. It goes from Zeb and Trey to Zeb and Cam, and now it's Cam and Quincy. So a little bit of deja vu going through it. But you've got 2 talented guys there. I think Cam, we had no idea what we had with Cam going into last year, and to get the extra time before the season to prepare definitely helped Cam and was a good benefit to him. But then to get another year and get his first real fall camp and actually get some time to go through the offense is going to be a huge benefit to him. He did show some things. I think we'd be remiss if we didn't say that he showed some promise. I think he added a lot in the quarterback run game. He showed some toughness in some big spots where he was put in and came up with some big drives, especially late in games where the Bison needed to score, and he led them down the field and scored. So I think there is a comfortability factor with having him there, and I think if you put him behind center, you have teammates that believe, hey, Cam can do this. He can get the job done, which is a huge step, that the people in that huddle believe in you and believe in the guy that is the signal caller. But we've seen Quincy's name so many times. I think it's almost the intrigue of the unknown. It's the unknown, shiny new object that we haven't got a chance to see or to play yet. So we get to see him in fall camp. I think that'll be the first time you really get a chance to actually get your eyes on him. There's a lot of hype. There's been a lot of highlight videos. We know he adds a lot in the quarterback run game. Can he add enough in the passing game? Can he be accurate enough? That's been the one kind of knock against him from Virginia Tech. That's going to be something that will be interesting to see, because if he can do that, I think he's got a pretty good path to be able to be the quarterback.
I think another element of this is his relationship with the skill players. If he's got a really tight bond with Christian Watson and Phoenix Sproles and Kobe and Noah Gindorf and Josh Babich and that group, that can accelerate his timetable and get him really comfortable, really fast, to the point where his athleticism, he's built like a truck. He runs people over like a very large multi-ton motor vehicle. He is a lot bigger than you'd think for a college football quarterback, and he runs like it too. But if he's got that rapport with guys, and you think about his connection to Trey Lance, and he talked to Trey, and Trey said, "Yeah, come play at North Dakota State. It's a great place for you." How much does that relationship carry over to guys that Trey was close with when he was here? Because Trey Lance had the respect of a lot of people in that locker room, and if Quincy can carry an echo of that, you could see this team rally around him very early on.
All right, as we wrap up here, give me a player to watch on the offensive side of the ball for you. Where do you go?
To me, I go with the guy again you haven't seen. I go Tamarick Williams. I think he's a different running back than we had going into last spring. You had Jalen Bussey, quick, electric, burst, dynamic, lots of fun to watch, and a great guy. You had Kobe Johnson, who's kind of I think a perfect mix of some physicality and some speed. You had the young guy in Ganella as well. Tamarick Williams is a guy who's played big-time football. He's a bowling ball, a big, big guy, and I think he adds that bruising element that maybe goal line back type of role as well. Hunter Lupke can do that. He's a bruising guy. He's physical as the fullback, but that's a player, again, haven't seen him. The running back position used so much in NDSU's offense. I'm very interested to see Tamarick Williams.
There are so many directions that you could go with something like this. I'm actually going to go with somebody that we already know a lot about, and that's Christian Watson. We were really hoping to see Watson have a breakout season in the pass game last year. Then the pandemic happened. He didn't get a chance to run it back with Lance. Well, I don't think it's unfair to say that North Dakota State was a little uneven in the vertical game last year, and that was to the detriment of Christian Watson. If they get that sorted out, Christian could have a huge All-American type of year. He's certainly an All-American type of talent.
Go with the name we know as well already. How about Phoenix Sproles?
Oh, yeah.
Been a little bit. An honorable mention, Gabe Lloyd, the Wisconsin transfer at tight end. So just getting rolling. Fall camp right around the corner as we're talking all things NDSU football with the crew here from Bison 1660. Back with more. Thanks for watching our breakdown of all things NDSU football.